Good morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market color session, being the 26th of September 2025. It's so good to have each and every one of you around for this session. I'd like to kindly crave our indulgence to share the link to this session with everyone on your various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible. For this segment, I will be analyzing GBP USD, DXY, and Euro USD. Right after that, Leko will be coming up for his analysis on gold and yen basket. Again, kindly share the link to this session with everyone on your various social media platforms. So good to have you, Mr. Oni. It's been a while on this space. So starting off with DXY on the monthly time frame, nothing has really changed per se from what we have been analyzing for a period of time now. Right? Overall, we've seen a bullish move, right? And then a sweep of this liquidity. So I can actually spot classic box pattern on the monthly time frame right here. Shoulder at this very level, 105.672. And then we've seen a sweep to the upside, a break to the downside. Eventually, long term, we should see a retracement right back into this left shoulder and a continuous sell all the way to the downside. And weekly time frame also, pretty much the same thing for me right here, shoulder right here at this level, 107.635, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. All we want to see price do is for price to retrace back into this left shoulder at 107.635. And once price gets there, I will be willing to slam it down. This is on the much higher time frames, so it will take place over a period of time. And on the daily time frame also, on daily time frame, I can actually spot something way closer. Overall, we're seeing bearish move, so this could be something to confirm our confluence. Shoulder at 98.197 on the daily time frame, a sweep to the upside. We've seen an eventual break to the downside, and we've seen price even retrace right back into the shoulder at 98.197. So for me, I may be warming up to take the trade opportunity, may be warming up. And on the 4-hour time frame also, in 4-hour time frame, we were looking at this level on Wednesday, right? We're looking at this level on Wednesday, and I'm speculating that price should at least react off this level at 97.439 and sell all the way to the downside. Instead, we saw a box pattern failure, and we're even seeing more push to the upside. And of course, we know that price just wanted to retrace all the way to the left shoulder on the daily time frame. Right, so I'll be looking out for entry signatures on the much lower time frame. The classic box pattern, of course, on 15-minute time frame, I can't spot any yet. So be rest assured that when I see an entry, I will call it out on the Telegram group. For the monthly time frame on Euro USD, right, overall bearish direction, and we've seen a sweep of this liquidity to the upside. And coming down to the weekly time frame also, on the weekly time frame, we can actually see that price traded into a premium level and has been stalling off that point. And of course, I'm expecting that price should at least retrace into the left shoulder at 10 1.06819, I beg your pardon. There's a shoulder right here, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. We may see price retracing all the way to this left shoulder. And there's even a fair value gap right here that we may see price retracing and trading fully into before buying all the way to the upside. And on daily time frame also, daily time frame is way more closer, because right here I can spot the classic box pattern and an IOFED. 2 points of interest I'm looking at, right? So there's a left shoulder at 1.15466, and there's an IOFED here. Fair value gap to the right and fair value gap to the left. We may see price retracing into this level. If price doesn't react off this left shoulder at 1.15466, then we know that price wants to trade all the way to the IOFED right here on the daily time frame. And coming down to the 4-hour time frame also, let's see what price is doing on the 4-hour time frame. We're even seeing more push to the downside, indicating that we should be taking sell opportunities all the way to the left shoulder on the daily time frame. And of course, right now, I can't spot an entry on 4-hour time frame, right? But let's see if we can spot any on a much lower time frame, seeing that we are bearish on Euro USD, except of course price trades into the left shoulder on daily time frame, which is a long way to go. Price is still trying to approach the left shoulder and the IOFED on the daily time frame. So coming down to the 5 minutes, on the 15 minutes time frame, I beg your pardon, all I'm looking out for is the classic box pattern, and I can't spot one yet, but I can actually spot a fair value gap right here. And of course, price tapped into it, but didn't fully trade into it. So I'm expecting that once price retraces into this fair value gap, I will be willing to take the sell on Euro USD, seeing that the classic box pattern strategy for entry on the 15 minutes time frame is yet to happen. And even on the 5 minutes time frame, I can't spot any entry using the classic box pattern, but I can spot a fair value gap, right? So once price retraces into this level, fully trades into this level, this fair value gap right here, calling out the price point, 1.17214, I am willing to sell Euro USD. Last on our list being GBP USD. On the monthly time frame also, price has been bearish overall, right? But right now, we saw price take out the high at 1.33528. This high has been broken. And down to the weekly time frame also. On the weekly time frame, I can actually spot the classic box pattern that we usually use for analysis right here. Shoulder at 1.25004, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Price has traded into a premium level, and of course, we want to buy at discount. So I'd wait for a retracement overall, long term, of course. I'll wait for a retracement all the way to the left shoulder at 1.25004. And on daily time frame, for Euro USD, price has actually, on GBP USD, I beg your pardon, right? So we marked this level, shoulder, sweep, eventual break, and price is currently sitting at the left shoulder at 1.33619. Down to the 4-hour time frame, price has been heavily bearish on the 4-hour time frame. For me, even though price has, traded into the left shoulder on daily time frame, I would be looking out for a break of structure to the upside on a much lower time frame. And on the 4-hour time frame, we're not seeing that happen. We're just seeing more push to the downside, indicating that I should be looking out for sell opportunities instead. And let's see if we can see or spot any entry for the sell on GBP USD. Not so clear. I haven't spotted any classic box pattern yet, but eventually when we see price tap into this fair value gap because price should eventually trade into, there are various points of interest right here on the 15 minutes time frame. This fair value gap, right? And there are a few others. This level also, I have 2 points of interest. So once price retraces into any of these levels, I am willing to slam GBP USD all the way to the downside. And of course, if we're not so confident about this entry, I can actually look out for the classic box pattern entry before taking positions in the market. If you have questions at this point, or a different bias from anything that has been everything that has been analyzed, please feel free to type in the chat box. We are expecting a high impact news, copy C by 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time today. Please trade with caution and do well to apply proper risk management. Registration for the FX Bootcamp training is currently ongoing. You can chat us up on 081 6099 5030 for more inquiries on how to go about the registration. There are no questions. We're going on a very brief break, and we'll be having Lakon for the second segment of today's analysis. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Market Follow brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. And this morning, that was a very good, insightful analysis from Cynthia. So this morning, we'll be looking straight into the precious metal, what has been going on so far, where are the entry opportunities, and where can we jump on any trade. And from there, we'll be heading straight to Japan to see what is happening on the yen basket and use it to determine our bias for the yen correlated pair. All right, just sit back as we take the analysis right from the weekly time frame for the precious metal. So this week again happens to be another bullish week for the precious metal as it creates a new all-time high again, trading into the 3,800 level, approaching that level particularly. And you can see everywhere seems to be a very sharp move since the breakout of this massive range. And we see how price has been heading so far. The question now is, are we still heading further or we are pulling back a bit? And there have been many speculations that we are still mostly likely to see price trade all the way to 4,000 level. But based on what we are seeing happening in the United States, and we all know that also the war going on, the tensions, geopolitical tensions that we have already for the past few years now, a few months now, has been a bit, softened. Then what else can be the reason why we have the precious metal rallying? And we discover that mostly it happens to be the most preferred safe haven asset right now, and that's why we have it rallying. And if you look at it and in relation to other precious metal pair, then you discover the reason why it happens to be that way, because other precious metal too have been in a bullish move all the way since the beginning of the year. And this is not going to be the end of it, as we know. Instead, what should we do as day traders, or if you are a position trader too, what exactly should we do? We just, trade in and out, but mostly we determine our best way to be on the trade is be in line with the trend. And if you look at it from the daily time frame, you're going to observe that yes, we see another breakout around this level, which we analyzed on Monday, that if there's any breakout here, then if this particular daily candle, which was on Monday, closes bullish, then that means the whole of the week we are looking for more opportunity to buy. Is if we see any sell, it's going to be a short scalp. Then let's interpret that on our 4-hour time frame. For 4 hours after this breakout, you see how that price has been pulling a bit to the downside. Then what exactly should we now look out for? Remember, this is more of a flip zone at this level here, around the 3,700 level. Now, at that same point, we have a fair value gap just within that zone. What we should do with that is best we mark it out and allow price trade into that zone. So which means this should serve as a support when price pull back to that level for it to bounce back again, because we are still very much in a bullish trend. And what exactly should we also look out for? Let's take a measure of this particular buy swing all the way to the upside. Then our Fibonacci level will determine where we are going to look out for. Good. Now on the Fibonacci retracement, we have the 50% at that particular midpoint, which is also the flip zone and confluence with our fair value gap. So we have a case built at that particular point. When price get there, we know that is a very clean buy zone, because that happens to be more of a discount level. Now let's go to the 1-hour time frame to determine what do we have going on the precious metal. Now, if you look at it from the 1-hour time frame too, we have everywhere still very much bullish all the way to the upside. So what we should look out for on lower time frame is opportunity to join the bullish move. However, if we see small structure on the lower time frame, then we can easily just pick through just to scalp a little sell, as it was on Wednesday that we saw here. So today, since yesterday, we've seen the market consolidating, and today again, there's high tendency we see more push to the downside, particularly to this level we are looking out for, right? So let's go to the 15-minute time frame to check if we are going to see any entry that we can easily follow through to that level. Now on the 15-minute time frame, we've not really seen a very much clear, based on the price action on yesterday, we've not really seen a very much clear move to the downside, right? However, I'm of the opinion that two things happen. We are most likely going to see price trade to come and take out liquidity at this particular point here, because this is mostly giving us a kind of boss pattern at this particular level. Now, this is it. If you measure it, trace it to the other side, we are going to observe, yes, we have our price already came to tap it a bit since on Wednesday. This is the shoulder here. We have the sweep and we have the break. So price came to tap into that level. However, I'm still of the opinion that we are still most likely going to see price rally all the way to take out this liquidity point and trade into this 15-minute fair value gap that we have here. So this is going to be a point of interest for us on the precious metal for the sell, and the sell is just going to be scalp, right? So that is what we should look out for moving forward. It may be during the New York session, and remember, the overall trend is a sell, so this is just going to be a scalp. So let's go to the lower time frame to look for opportunity to push a little bit to join this buy to this level. Remember, where we are selling to is just to the discount level of this zone we have here on the 1 hour, and even with the confluence on the 4-hour time frame. And look at what we are also seeing here. This is a flip zone, a fair value gap. Look at this tiny candle here, which is definitely going to react to price when price get there. So let's go to our 5-minute time frame if there's any entry opportunity on the precious metal right now. Right now, what I'm seeing on the precious metal, it looks more dicey a bit, as this is giving us a shoulder pattern, right? We already see how that price took out this low, and is a bit dicey because the overall time frame is still telling us we are still very much bullish, right? But this may just be a scalp, just the way it is right away. And this is it. We are most likely going to see price come and react to somewhere here, this particular candlestick pattern here. So there is high tendency when price taps into this zone, it will start selling all the way to the downside. All right. So you may want to give it deep, but this happens to be what we call a low probability trade if you want to take it in, right? So it's going to be something like this, a 40 or 50 pips SL, right? And we are targeting your 1:2 or target the low of the day, this particular Asian low. All right, so this is going to be it for the precious metal. However, if you get here and price hits your entry, what should we look out for? We are looking for a bearish engulfing. Something like this pattern that we saw here is a very clean move. Something like this, if you see something like this inside here is bearish engulfing, or this particular candlestick pattern too within this zone, then it's telling you we can give it a trial around this zone just to catch this. And if you catch it, you may exit at this point, or better still, you may want to exit at this 1 hour POI, which is this low. And we all know that that's not too much a move for the precious metal to do, right? So you may just give it that trial and see, or when this fails, then we are waiting for an entry signature around this top here for us to follow through to the downside. All right. So if there's any question, you can start putting it in the chat box as we go to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. Now for the yen basket on the weekly time frame, our bias still remains the same. Remember on Monday, we said this week we are expecting the yen basket to be very bearish. We want to see a bearish yen, and that is exactly what we are seeing playing out on the yen basket right now. You can see this week candle has been bearish because we expect it to come and take out this liquidity point around this zone. All right. So if you check on the daily time frame too, everywhere is still pointing to the downside, even though the momentum is not as much as expected, but we still have price pointing to the downside. All right. So if you look at on the 4-hour time frame too, 4-hour time frame is also still confirming our sell bias for the yen basket. So we are looking forward more to sell more of the yen basket. Now, if the yen basket is bearish, what should we be doing to the yen correlated pairs, starting with GBP JPY? Now, for GBP JPY, is going to be a bullish one because we still have our levels marked out very well right from the weekly time frame. All right, so for GBP JPY on the weekly time frame, let's check that out. Great. On the weekly time frame of GBP JPY, we still have, our bias from Monday is a bullish move. So that is what we are playing out. This is still POI for the GBP JPY sell. So we expect price to still, rally a little bit more to this level before we see the massive sell to the downside. Of which I'm still of the opinion that there's high probability the sell party for the yen correlated pair begins from next month, October. All right. Now on the daily time frame of GBP JPY, I'm going to observe where we pick our POI from, which is this daily fair value gap, and price almost tapped into it sometimes on last week Thursday, but it did not really enter into that POI well, so we expect much of it to still push a little bit more up. And remember our analysis on Monday for GBP JPY, we expect price to come all the way to take out liquidity here and then sell to the downside. Well, we saw how price did this on Wednesday, tap into this shoulder on Wednesday, which we said is going to be a sell zone, and you see how it pushes to the downside a bit, but that is not really enough because we are still in a bullish move for GBP JPY. So what should we do on the lower time frame? Let's go to the 1-hour time frame to see what our analysis would be for GBP JPY. Great. Now on the 1-hour time frame, I want to consider this last move from this zone from yesterday afternoon, Wednesday evening to this morning. Now, if you look at it very well, this is a very clean bust pattern, very, very clean one. And that is exactly what price is reacting to right away. We can see this is our shoulder here. We've seen our shoulder, we've seen the break of structure somewhere around this zone here. This is the break of structure. And we've seen the sweep of liquidity at the top here, right? This is it. We have this here. Then we've seen structure being broken and price came all the way back into our shoulder, which is what we have at this particular region here, right? So that is exactly what price is reacting to now. And this is a very quick sell if you really want to get it. This is just on the 1 hour time frame. This is a very quick sell. Let's go to with an SL less than 20 pips, and the target is going to be just 1:2 because we still expect price to still move a little bit more to the overall POI at the top, right? So let's check on the 15-minute time frame. Do you have any entry signature for that sell going on? You can see this is more of the confirmation of the sell. You see price, what price just did a few minutes ago is that it came to take out this liquidity on the 15-minute time frame, and that is what price did and start selling to the downside. Can we just go to the 5-minute to check any entry signature there on the 5-minute time frame? Printing gradually, but this is a very good one if you really want to join the pullback of GBP JPY. But it's just a pullback. Remember, the overall trend still remains a buy. And as a matter of fact, on this 5-minute time frame, I'm seeing price coming all the way to take out this liquidity here for a buy to happen again. So there's high tendency price may not complete this 1:2 move. You just take out this liquidity and get here somewhere here and start buying, meaning this is what we are most likely going to see on GBP JPY move. Or we will likely see something like this straight out and price will begin its pull all the way back up again for GBP JPY. But I expect this low, yesterday low, the Asian low rather, to be protected for price not to take it out currently. All right, so that is going to be the analysis for GBP JPY. And lastly, before we go, let's quickly look at Euro JPY and what is going on it. For Euro JPY, remember we said we are going to see more of a consolidation and price coming to take out this level on the Euro JPY, price coming to tap proper into this daily order block, and that is what we see playing out right now. As a matter of fact, price is gradually attempting to take out this high, but I'm of the opinion this high should be a protected high for price not to take out. All right, so let's go to the lower time frame to check on the 1 hour time frame what is going on the Euro JPY. On 1 hour time frame is still telling us we are still very much bullish. Remember our analysis on Monday, we said if price takes out this level, we're going to pull a little bit back down here, and we are going to see the continuation to the upside, which is exactly what is happening. And we've seen our price has been very bullish. So on the 15-minute time frame, what exactly do we have playing out on the Euro JPY? For 15-minute time frame, everywhere is still very much bullish. And where is the entry that we are most likely to see to join the bullish move of Euro JPY? Right now, I'm not seeing any entry because the buy is not really moving with momentum, but it keeps printing to the upside gradually. So we are not seeing any entry signature for any buy or even sell of GBP JPY. So what I would mostly look out for is wait a little bit more and see more of a market structure shift from this up on the 5-minute time frame. Great, on the 5-minute time frame, what we should wait for is a clear signature somewhere here. So there's high tendency. This is a very low probability on 5-minute time frame, but you may want to look into it if price would come back into this level. All right, so if price gets into this zone and it gives an entry signature, you may want to pull your trigger just to follow it a bit to the downside, right? So this is it for Euro JPY for today with less than 10 pips SL, and all you want to do is just get your 1:2 or 3 to the downside here for this low. All right, so this is going to be it for the pairs Euro JPY, GBP JPY, and the precious metal. If there are further questions, you can easily type, and if there's no question, so we'll meet again at the New York session of the market call-off. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. Once again, I'm Lekon Shemi. Cheers and God bless.